Welcome to At Home with Melissa, where we have intimate conversations with entrepreneurs. And today I have the pleasure of sitting down with Miss Lesley Turner.
Hello.
Hello, I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
Yes. So Leslie is an entrepreneur and she started in the food industry.
Yes.
And I'm excited to hear your journey.
Yes, I'm excited to share it with you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, we got started in 2013 after my cousin passed on Christmas morning. He was killed in Houston.
Sorry.
And he called himself Dirty. I didn't care for Dirty. I was like, why do you call yourself that? Well, my husband and I, well, my boyfriend at the time, we wanted to get into food because we like to cook for each other. And we were like, you know what? We should start this food truck that we've been wanting. But what's the name? Came up with Dirty Dishes to honor him,
Perfect.
to carry his legacy. My cousin was an entrepreneur, like a hustler, a go-getter. And I couldn't let him die. I didn't want to because I couldn't. You know, this is my first cousin. I grew up with him. We were right next to each other all of our lives. So the way that I carried him with me was by starting Dirty Dishes.
Wow.
Yes.
And it seems such a perfect name.
To
So
fit,
yeah. Sometimes the tragedy
it brings out like
Right.
it's unfortunate, but to carry him like that is not only for me, but it's for my family. So
right. And you're carrying his legacy.
yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
tell us how you got started. I know you started with the Dirty Dishes, like
Yes.
where your first spot was and how it
So
grew.
we started with a food truck. The UMC that was being built, we started there. Initially, I was like, I'm going to get out on the street. I want to go somewhere. Went to UMC, got to UMC. It didn't work out. Everything, it was just in shambles. Right afterward, I got on the street and I was taking a truck out every day on the street. We ended up running into Katie with Choreo, and she was a part of the St. Rock Market. And she
Okay.
brought us to the developers at the time of the St. Rock Market and the people who would be over it. And we had a conversation with them, and it went well. So we decided to move into the St. Rock Market as
Okay.
the only New Orleanian and the only black business in the St. Rock Market when it came back. So we
Wow.
stayed in there for a little while.
Okay.
Ended up leaving after maybe about 2 years, and ended up opening a cafe in Lee Circle called Pressed.
Okay.
We were there formerly Circle. We were there for a good little while, and we ended up closing that one and going back to the truck because the truck was the root of everything. We stayed with the truck for a good little while, and COVID came.
Okay.
And then with COVID, we learned that running a business, being in business, is about adapting, and it's about trying to see how you can make the business work best for you.
Right.
And we switched over to corporate catering, and that's where we've been since then.
Okay. So tell me, what type of food do you guys specialize in?
We specialize in brunch.
Okay.
So you're gonna get your shrimp and grits, pound cake, French toast. We do pancakes with hot sausage, like patins crumbled up. And we have this sauce called praline sauce, and it's just it's like a syrup, but it's way better.
Okay. It sounds amazing.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right. So now you're doing corporate.
Corporate catering, that's what we do with Dirty Dishes for sure. Yes.
Okay. All right. So if someone's trying to reach out to you, if they're doing a big event or something like that, that's where they.
That's
That's
they
where you would
out.
come in.
Yeah, so we do
Okay.
festivals, of course,
Okay.
and large scale events.
Awesome. So before we got started, you were showing me your books, which I
Yes.
was like really blown away by.
Yes.
So tell me about your first book.
So my first book was a 5-year deal. Like I feel like I don't know what you believe in the room, but I believe in God, and I felt like God was telling me every single year in the beginning of the year, you have to write a book. You have to write a book. You have to write a book about all of the things that you've learned. And I was like, okay, but I don't know how to write a book. And every single year I would say, I'm going to write that book. And then 2021, I think, 2021, 2022, finally it was like, this is how you write the book, get the book done. I had studied so many successful people. I still do that right now because I believe that success leaves clues.
Exactly.
You are only able to, I'm not going to say it's rocket science because it's not. I feel like anyone can be successful. But the thing that gets me the most about success is that we feel like it's unattainable because we see it through the lens of how other people are. When in actuality, if you follow a certain set of steps. You'll get there regardless, but you have to be strong enough, you have to be resilient enough, and you have to be ready to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I wasn't ready to write the book. And then I finally got to be ready with all of these things that I had learned about all of these successful people, all of these people who poured into their own personal growth. But the key to all of it, I learned so quickly, was service to others. Your success lies in what you're willing to do for someone else.
Right.
And that's it, period. Because even in us talking right now, this is an exchange of our purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So we all have to understand that that purpose garners humility, but it also garners a certain level of understanding that we are doing this together. And if I can do it for you, you can do it for me, we can do it for anybody. And that's where success is. Success is in the amount you're willing to serve another person. That's my belief.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah.
Success is the amount you're willing to serve another person. Oh wow, you touch on maybe 3 good points that I really took from it. Number 1, you said resilience,
Yes,
right?
for sure.
Resilience, humility,
Yes.
and serving others. So all those things I think are like super important in being an entrepreneur.
Right.
Number 1, I want to talk about resilience.
Yes.
You know, I've been an entrepreneur probably the last 11 years.
Okay.
And one thing that I think you have to have is resilience.
For sure.
So let me ask you, how do you think resilience plays a role in being a successful entrepreneur?
I think it's like the core of it. It's at the foundation of it, because you're going to get knocked down. You're going to have quote unquote failure. You're going to have things that don't look good. You're going to have things that look like it is completely done, gone, but you still have to get up. You still have to push, and you still have to understand that if you said it was going to happen, it may not happen how it looked like to you in that moment, but there's a bigger purpose and there's a bigger plan. And if you keep going, you're going to get there.
Right.
The whole point is to move. You know what I mean? The whole point is to get up. That's the thing. I mean, we all experience like the pain when it doesn't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that heart wrenching, like, wait, hold up. God, you had said that this was going to work out for
Yes.
me. You know
What's
what I mean?
going on?
Where is it?
Yes.
And then that's where people give up. But the true success is in not. Because if there's a promise, there's a way.
Right.
So
Right. And I feel like as long as you keep getting up, you never lose.
you never lose.
Right. You
never lose.
might fall, you might,
But-
but you're not going to lose if you keep going.
Right. And in the process, you're learning. You're learning about yourself.
Right.
You're learning how to fix, how to sway, move.
Yeah.
I always say, like, you could bend, you could almost break your back.
Yes.
But you better not. And you could fall, but you better not stay down.
Don't stay there.
No, you
Don't
gotta
stay
get back
there.
up.
Yeah, so that's for all the entrepreneurs.
sure.
Resilience and that you don't fail until you just say, I'm just gonna lay
I'm
here
done.
and I'm
Yep.
not gonna give up. So
Yep.
if you get up again, you're still going.
Absolutely.
And humility.
Yes.
One thing I have learned as being an entrepreneur, it will humble you because you will find yourself in places you thought maybe, never thought you'd be in.
100%.
You will have to sometimes ask for help. Which is one of my biggest struggles, right? I don't like to ask for help, but sometimes you have to.
You do.
How does humility play in you being successful?
So, without sharing too much, because I don't.
We're not gonna cry today.
No, right? I'm fasting for Ramadan. And the whole thing, I'm not Muslim. I'm Christian. I'm Catholic. But I'm fasting because my friend invited me to fast for discipline.
Okay.
A couple years ago. When she invited me to fast, I was like, okay, cool. But when I fasted, I never expected that I was going to feel the things that I felt. There are people who cannot go into their refrigerator. There are people who cannot grab food. There are people who cannot get things. You know what I mean? Like the things we take for granted. And I'm so overwhelmed about it because you can drive down the street right now and there will be someone who doesn't have. And I've made it a point for my family to try to fill that need in whatever way that you can, because God will humble you.
Yeah.
Every single time you have, and I'm not saying God does it intentionally, but you will be humbled. Like, people don't understand that when you have so much success, right? You can fall from that. People listen and they're like, oh, when you get to a certain point, you're like, you know what? I 100%, like, I got it. Mm-hmm. And then the ego comes. Mm-hmm. And then once the ego comes, people are like, you know, they feel like they're just there. Mm-hmm. And they look down on other things, other people. And they sit on, I don't want to say it's like a throne. They sit in this space of like, I got it.
Yeah.
But you can fall from that quickly.
In a snap of a finger.
And you can be that person that doesn't have.
Right.
So it's our job to fill the need, especially if you've amassed some sort of success. Mm-hmm. If you can go to your refrigerator and fill it anytime, if you can go to the store and buy anything that you want, you can help somebody else.
Right.
So humility is at the core of everything that I am, because I understand that it can all be taken. It can all go away. You know what I mean? Like, you have to live from that space. Sorry,
no.
But you have to live from that space.
I get it because I think when you've been in several different places in life, you can relate to everybody.
100%.
So that humility is like knowing I've been there, I've been there, I've been at the top, I've been at the bottom. So I can relate to the bottom and the top and the in between.
Yes.
So and knowing that where it comes from, and never, I think the moment that I feel like I've gotten when I'm getting a little too caught up in myself, something will happen that humbles me.
That humbles you every single time.
And then next thing I know, I'm like, you know what? I don't have it all because I can't solve everything.
Nope, and I'm not trying to anymore.
So you need that.
With my businesses, of course, there have been highs and there have been lows. You know, with business, you can have a $40,000-$50,000 month, and then you can have a $2,000 month. You know what I'm saying? It goes from those extremes. Like, you can really have massive amounts of money coming in, and then it's like, oh, you know, I'm twiddling my thumbs like, what's next?
Humble you real quick, right?
So you sit back and you're like, you know, it's not like, my life is not I can't put, the money is not what defines me, right? The things are not what define me. Yeah. It's the everyday interactions with people. It's being able to look in someone's eyes and talk to them and communicate. You know what I mean? Those are the things that make you rich. Right. You know what I mean? Those are the things. So I can't, you know, I can't give of myself more than like, you know, I want to give, you know, I want to be able to give more. I want to be able to do more.
Yeah. And so my last thing that you brought up that really resonated with me was the serving other people.
For sure.
Which I think is the basis of being an entrepreneur. I think if you go after serving other people, the money, the success, everything will follow. Talk about that a little bit.
So for me, it's like, if I got there, I'm getting you there. So I said, I have these little conversations with God. I don't know if if it happens for y'all like that, but it's like the little ping comes in and I'm like, I hear you. It's like, I'm going to take you down this road so that you understand. I'm going to bring you here so that you can relate. So you said something similar with, like, I go through these things. I've experienced these things. I've had the highs. I've had the lows. I've been in every single, I've been in every single, place for the most part. The serving others comes from, if God gave me the opportunity to get there, then I have the opportunity to bring someone else. And anything that I've learned is not mine, it's for them. So, I mean, why not? It's intellectual. If I gained it, if God sent it to me, then why don't I share that? Why don't I give that? It's like the point of, like, everybody has that one person that can completely transform their life. Everybody. And you never know if you're that person for someone. So your interaction with them needs to be as pure as possible, because if you're not, you have the opportunity to take them in the different direction. I don't want that responsibility.
Absolutely.
I want someone to say, I don't know what it was about her, but like she got it. She touched me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
it feels good. It feels good.
Yeah.
I just recently, like I did for a friend of mine, I taught a class.
Okay.
And one of the people that attended sent me this text message and, you know, said how much it meant to them. And to me, I was like, oh, I'm just doing my thing. And that day I really needed that. And so it's like serving others actually serves you, I think.
It does.
And it keeps you going. And when your purpose is bigger, I think it makes you more successful versus you're just chasing after money or other things.
Or personal gain.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've recently gotten into social media,
Mm-hmm.
and I post a lot in reference to like the city of New Orleans.
Okay.
I got this whole following really quickly and did not know what to do with it. It wasn't until recently that I realized that like there's so much about New Orleans history that we don't know, but the children would be so proud if they knew, if they had an understanding of where they come from.
Yeah.
Like the city was built on African American, Black people, free people of color, and the children don't know that. And I believe that it's so important for them to know. And even with my social media, it's not personal, and I don't know how to handle that because it's so large now. Like, it's like, what do I do? I just realized that it's another way to serve. So
that part.
Every aspect is an opportunity to serve.
And talk about that a little bit, because you were telling me like in a matter of like a few days you gained all these followers. So tell me a little bit about that.
I was posting consistently on TikTok. I also believe in consistency. Like, you got to be consistent. If you say you're doing something, we lock it in.
Okay.
Right? So I was posting consistently, and then bam, I posted something. I forgot exactly what that post was, but I gained, I think it was 150. Yes, I was like, after Trump got after the election day, trauma. After election day, I noticed that a lot of like white women were following me. Like, I think I got like, I don't know, 1,000 followers within like a couple days. And I was like, wow. So I made a post, and it was like white women, I really see y'all. Y'all really out here like following like people of color. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I called Rashawn, and I was like, girl, I got over 150,000 followers within. She was like, girl, yeah. I was like, it's growing. Like,
yeah,
and it just
like
randomly snapped. It was like 4 days, and I think it was like 160,000 people in 4 days.
What?
And again, about those conversations that I have with God, God already said to me where my life is going. So I understood that it was going there, right? But I didn't know what to do with it at the time. Wow. So it was like, okay, God, I thought you gave it. We're here. So what are we doing? And then God was like, not yet. Wow. I heard it clearly, like, not yet. You have it, but not yet. And I'm still sitting in the not yet. You know what I'm saying?
I love
so
it.
I mean, now it's about in the process of serving others. God, I feel like God is growing the community so that there's a way for me to reach more people.
Love it. So before we go, I want to talk about your upcoming project.
Yes.
We talked about it, and I'm like, I want it now.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it's not all the way finished.
Yes.
So tell me, please.
So I wrote a book called 21 Days to Purpose initially. I worked on another book called 21 Days to My Damn Self.
Okay.
The book is raw, like really raw. Like, it's very intentional for healing. I believe that as women, we walk around with so many things that are heavy, and we just continue to pile things on. And because of the fact that we are resilient, and because of the fact that we have been taught to push through, we don't stop and say, look, I can't carry this anymore. And it isn't until your body stops you, it isn't until you're mentally exhausted that you say, wait, I really can't do this no more. This book is about taking a second, pulling those weeds, taking 21 days, pulling those weeds, pulling the things up, and allowing yourself to be as honest with yourself as possible. It goes through traumas that you've experienced. It goes through people that have done those things to you. But it also goes through, they did it to me, but me being here is because it's my choice. I have the choice to heal. I have the choice to accept an apology that I might not get. I have the choice to take my life from this point and make it something else. Make it something that is not carried in that pain that they gave me. Like, you didn't choose the pain, but to continue to live with it or continue to live in it is a choice. So it gives you the opportunity to move through this cycle of, so I'm hurting, so I'm still hurting, so let me dig this up. I'm feeling better, so that now I am a richer, stronger, more whole person, so that I can hold more. Like my cup is not leaking, like dripping. Excuse me, y'all.
You're fine.
My cup is not dripping. My cup is patched. I got a new cup, actually. You know what I mean? And now I can pour into my own cup, because I can't give you nothing if I'm empty.
Right.
So that's what that book is about.
I'm so looking forward to that book. I was a friend of mine, we were talking and just kind of going over some stuff that from years ago. And sometimes you don't even realize that you're still walking with that.
Absolutely.
And making decisions from that. Until like you talk about it sometimes and you're like, wow, that's still there.
It's there.
It's still there. So we need, as women, I think we have to support each other.
100%.
As entrepreneurs, we have to support each other because it's not always easy.
No.
But when we support, we become so powerful. So
100%.
Thank you, sis. Thank you
No problem. Thank
for
you
everything.
For having me, and thank you for the opportunity to talk. Like, it's always great to talk to like minds.
Yeah.
And talk to people that understand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That understand and people that you feel like, I could just hug you and
right.
we're going to be okay.
Right.
And I feel like that. Just talking to you, I'm like, oh, okay. So how do we find you? Like on TikTok, Instagram?
On Instagram, Lesley_Turner.
Okay.
I'm on TikTok, Lesley Turner _.
Okay.
I am Dirty Dishes Nola. I am Lyrics and Notes, a tea brand. We ain't talking about that, but yeah. And yes, it's 21 Days to Purpose.
21 days and upcoming book is
21 Days to My Damn Self.
21 Days to My Damn Self.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I cannot wait until that comes out.
I got you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for having me. This has been great.